Over 60, 4 cheeses you should never touch and 4 you must eat daily. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. I have to warn you, there's one cheese sitting in millions of refrigerators right now that can quietly raise the risk of heart attack and stroke. It sounds shocking, but it's true. And many people over 60 have no idea it's happening to them. Some cheeses are packed with so much salt and unhealthy fat that they silently damage your blood vessels and push your heart to work harder than it should. But here's the good news: you don't need to stop eating cheese completely. In fact, there are 4 kinds of cheese that can help protect your heart and bones as you age. And then there are 4 others that can slowly put your health at risk. So let's not waste any time. We'll start right now with the cheeses you need to cut back on first, and then I'll show you the 4 you can safely enjoy every day to stay healthy and strong. Let's jump in. Number 4 is aged Gouda, and it's far more powerful than it looks. At first glance, it might look like just another fancy cheese, but when Gouda is aged for at least 18 months, it turns into something far more powerful, a hidden superfood. The aging process breaks proteins into smaller, easier to digest pieces, which is especially helpful for people over 60 because digestion slows down with age. Here's the shocking part: aged Gouda is loaded with vitamin K2, a nutrient most people don't even know exists, but one that could save your life. Without enough K2, calcium from your diet can end up in your arteries, creating dangerous blockages that raise your risk of heart attack and stroke. With K2, that same calcium is sent to your bones, keeping them strong and healthy. Studies show that people who get more vitamin K2 have up to 50% less calcium buildup in their arteries and significantly stronger bones. 1 ounce of aged Gouda delivers about 75 micrograms of vitamin K2, more than most people get in a week. This cheese also contains CLA, a healthy fat linked to reducing body fat, supporting your immune system, and even fighting certain cancers. And thanks to the long aging process, aged Gouda has almost no lactose, making it easier to enjoy for those who usually can't handle dairy. But there's even more. Aged Gouda produces unique compounds called postbiotics during aging. These support healthy digestion, reduce inflammation, and may even improve mood by working with your gut-brain connection. That means a simple serving of aged Gouda supports your bones, your heart, and even your mental well-being. For best results, eat aged Gouda at room temperature, about 1 to 1.5 ounces per serving, paired with apple slices or whole grain crackers. The apples add prebiotic fiber, which works together with the cheese's postbiotics to give your gut an extra boost. It's rare to find a food that tastes this good and offers so many health benefits. Aged Gouda proves you don't have to give up flavor to make smarter choices sometimes. One small change can protect your heart, strengthen your bones, and improve your overall health. Number 3 is genuine Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. And no, we're not talking about the powdered stuff in the green can at the supermarket. That's often full of fillers and preservatives. We're talking about the real thing, straight from Italy, made with traditional methods that haven't changed in nearly 900 years. And here's the shocker: this cheese is basically an edible multivitamin, packed with nutrients in levels most people don't expect from cheese. Just 1 ounce gives you about 10 grams of protein, high-quality protein that has already been broken down by a 32-month aging process. That means your body doesn't have to work as hard to digest it, which is especially helpful for people over 60 who often have slower digestion. And when it comes to calcium, Parmigiano Reggiano blows regular dairy products out of the water, delivering about 330 milligrams per ounce more than a glass of milk. Even more surprising is how efficiently your body can use that calcium, because it's paired with the perfect ratio of phosphorus and magnesium. Research from Italy shows its calcium is nearly 100% bioavailable. Compare that to typical calcium supplements, which your body may only absorb at about 30%. In other words, This cheese gives your bones exactly what they need to stay strong and resistant to fractures. Parmigiano Reggiano also provides all 9 essential amino acids in ideal balance, making it a complete protein source comparable to meat. It's rich in tyrosine, a compound your brain uses to produce dopamine and norepinephrine, neurotransmitters that keep you focused and mentally sharp. And here's something few people know: it contains casomorphins, natural peptides that help promote relaxation and even improve sleep quality. Thanks to its long aging process, Parmigiano Reggiano is naturally lactose-free, which means even people who normally avoid dairy often tolerate it well. It also delivers beneficial bacteria that survive digestion and help populate your gut with healthy microbes, supporting better digestion and immune function. And the best way to enjoy it isn't by grating it over pasta like many Americans do, but by breaking it into small chunks. This preserves its texture and flavor, giving you the full experience Italians have enjoyed for centuries. Eating it after a meal, as they do in Italy, helps digestion while giving your body an easy protein boost. And here's a tip: pairing it with a few drops of aged balsamic vinegar can improve mineral absorption even further. Parmigiano Reggiano isn't just another cheese, it's a nutrient powerhouse that supports your bones, your digestion, your mental focus, and even your sleep. For people over 60, adding an ounce to your day is one of the smartest and easiest steps you can take to support your overall health. Number 2 is grass-fed raw cheddar, and it might be the healthiest cheese most people have never tried. And the word raw can sound scary, but here's the truth: when raw cheddar is aged for at least 60 days, harmful bacteria are eliminated naturally, while beneficial enzymes and probiotics remain intact. That means you're left with a cheese that is easier to digest and packed with living nutrients that pasteurized cheeses simply don't have. Here's the shocking part: grass-fed raw cheddar contains up to 500% more CLA conjugated linoleic acid than regular cheddar. CLA is a powerful fat that fights inflammation and supports better metabolic health, making it a key nutrient for people over 60 looking to protect their heart and reduce inflammation naturally. This cheese also contains higher levels of omega-3 fatty acids, the same healthy fats you find in salmon, known for protecting brain function and fighting cellular damage. Nutritionally, it's like a vitamin supplement in cheese form. You get vitamin A as retinol, which supports your eyes and immune system, vitamin D to strengthen bones and balance calcium, vitamin E and beta-carotene for antioxidant protection, and one of the most valuable nutrients for seniors, vitamin K2, in its MK4 form. Vitamin K2 directs calcium away from your arteries and into your bones, helping prevent artery calcification and osteoporosis at the same time. But here's where raw cheddar really sets itself apart: probiotics. Because it's not pasteurized, it's packed with dozens of strains of good bacteria that improve digestion, support your immune system, and even influence mental health by improving communication along the gut-brain axis. These probiotics create short-chain fatty acids like butyrate, which nourish your intestinal cells and have strong anti-inflammatory effects throughout the body. To preserve these benefits, you need to handle raw cheddar differently. Don't heat it above 120 degrees because high temperatures kill off those helpful enzymes and bacteria. Instead, let it rest at room temperature for 20 to 30 minutes before eating. Pair it with fermented foods like sauerkraut or pickles to create a probiotic-packed snack that gives your gut everything it needs to thrive. Stick to 1.5 to 2 ounces per serving. That amount gives you all the health benefits without too much saturated fat. For people over 60, adding grass-fed raw cheddar to your diet isn't just about flavor, it's about giving your body powerful tools to fight inflammation, protect your bones, support your brain, and keep your digestion running smoothly. It's a small change that can have a big impact on your overall health. Number 1 is Swiss Gruyere, and it earns that spot for one big reason. It's the most complete combination of nutrition, digestibility, a health protection you'll find in any cheese. Real Swiss Gruyere has to be made from raw milk produced by cows grazing on alpine meadows. That old world tradition doesn't just create amazing flavor, it creates a nutritional powerhouse that modern science is still uncovering. Here's what makes Gruyere different from every other cheese. The special propionibacterium used to make it produce propionic acid as the cheese ages. Propionic acid has been linked to reduced inflammation, lower cholesterol, and even protection against certain cancers. These same bacteria also produce massive amounts of vitamin B12, giving you more of this critical nutrient than almost any other food on the planet. But that's just the start. Gruyere contains the highest levels of glutathione precursors of any cheese. Glutathione is your body's master antioxidant, B, responsible for detoxifying harmful substances, B, protecting your cells from damage and keeping your immune system strong. As we age, our natural glutathione production drops, leaving us more vulnerable to oxidative stress and chronic illness. Gruyere helps fight back by supplying amino acids like cysteine and glycine, which your body uses to make glutathione naturally. It's also loaded with phosphorus, zinc, and selenium minerals that work together to support strong bones, a healthy immune system, and proper thyroid function. Even its protein is unique. The 12-month minimum aging process breaks it down into dipeptides and tripeptides, tiny protein building blocks your body can absorb directly. That means you get all the muscle building and tissue repairing benefits of protein without putting extra strain on your digestive system. In fact, Swiss studies have shown that seniors who regularly eat Gruyere maintain more muscle mass than those who rely on other protein sources. And here's something you don't hear about most cheeses. Gruyere contains natural lactopeptides that have been shown to lower blood pressure naturally, making it one of the few cheeses that can actually support your heart when eaten responsibly. For maximum benefit, don't just toss it into boiling sauces. High heat can reduce some of its delicate nutrients. Instead, melt it gently into warm soups or enjoy it on whole grain bread. That pairing helps your body absorb more of the B vitamins and glutathione precursors, giving you even greater antioxidant protection. 1 to 1.5 ounces is enough to get all these health benefits without adding too much saturated fat. For people over 60, adding Swiss Gruyere to your diet isn't just about enjoying its rich, nutty flavor. It's about supporting your heart, protecting your muscles, strengthening your bones, and boosting your body's defenses. In short, it's one of the smartest, most delicious health decisions you can make. So, those were the 4 best cheeses for your health. They can protect your heart, keep your bones strong, and even help your brain stay sharp. But now it's time to talk about the dark side of the cheese aisle, the cheeses that can do real damage. These are the ones loaded with salt, processed fats, and additives that silently attack your arteries, raise your blood pressure, and even affect your memory over time. They might look harmless, and you might even have one of them in your fridge right now, but eating them regularly could shorten your life without you realizing it. In the next section, we're revealing the 4 worst cheeses you should never let near your plate, especially if you care about your heart, your memory, and your future. Let's start with the one that tops the never list. Number 4 is processed cheese slices, and they're one of the worst products in the dairy aisle. Those shiny, individually wrapped squares might look harmless, but they're barely even cheese. Most processed slices contain less than 50% real cheese, with the rest being a mix of emulsifiers, artificial colors, preservatives, and sodium phosphates. Here's the first problem: sodium. Just 2 slices have over 600 milligrams, more than a quarter of your daily limit, and it's often sodium phosphate, a type linked to faster aging, to kidney damage, and increased heart disease risk. Then there are the emulsifiers like polysorbate 80 and carboxymethylcellulose. Studies show these additives can disrupt your gut microbiome and create leaky gut, triggering inflammation that's connected to autoimmune diseases and even mental health problems. The bright color that comes from artificial dyes like yellow 5 and yellow 6, which have been linked to allergic reactions, hyperactivity, and even potential cancer risks. The preservatives that keep these slices shelf-stable for months, such as sorbic acid and natamycin, can interfere with beneficial gut bacteria when consumed regularly. Even the nutrients aren't what they seem like. The calcium and protein are less useful because the high heat and chemical treatments change their structure, making them harder for your body to absorb. And don't be fooled by 0 grams trans fat on the label. Anything under 0.5 grams can be rounded down, meaning you could still be eating unhealthy trans fats that raise bad cholesterol and increase inflammation. Processed cheese slices are marketed as convenient and nutritious, but what you're really getting is a product that can quietly harm your heart, digestion, and overall health. If you want cheese, choose real, natural options and skip the plastic-wrapped imposters. Number 3 is cheese spreads in jars, and they should set off alarm bells. These shelf-stable spreads don't even need refrigeration until open, and that alone should make you stop and think. Real cheese spoils because it's alive and natural. Cheese that can sit on a shelf for a year, that's more chemistry than food. These spreads are mostly modified starches, oils, and chemicals, with very little actual dairy. The result is a product stripped of real nutrition and loaded with additives your body doesn't need. One of the worst offenders is partially hydrogenated oil, a source of artificial trans fats so dangerous that many countries have banned them. Even products labeled 0 grams trans fat often use intraesterified fats, which early research suggests may be just as harmful for your heart. And the sodium, it's shocking. Just 2 teaspoons can contain more than 500 milligrams, and most people spread on far more than that. This sodium doesn't just come from regular salt. It's from multiple sodium-based preservatives and flavor enhancers that can spike your blood pressure, cause fluid retention, and strain your kidneys. Then there's MSG and other glutamate-based compounds, often hidden under names like natural flavors or yeast extract. These can trigger headaches, palpitations, or worse in sensitive people. Add artificial colors and flavors into the mix, and you're eating something that looks and tastes vaguely like cheese, but acts more like a chemical cocktail. What's even more concerning is packaging. Many cheese spreads have been found to contain phthalates, hormone-disrupting chemicals that leach from plastic containers into the food. Phthalates have been linked to reproductive issues, metabolic problems, and even cancer. Put all this together: unhealthy fats, extreme sodium, artificial colors and flavors, and hormone disruptors, and you have a product with 0 real nutritional benefit and plenty of potential for harm. Studies even link regular use of processed cheese spreads to higher risks of obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. The bottom line: cheese spreads in jars aren't food, they're processed experiments. If you want cheese flavor, choose natural, real cheeses instead. Your heart, your waistline, and your long-term health will thank you. Number 2 is pre-shredded cheese in bag, and it's one of the worst cheese choices you can make. It's not about laziness, it's about what's added to keep those shreds loose and shelf-stable. The first problem is anti-caking agents like cellulose, wood pulp, or potato starch, up to 4% of the bag's weight. They're not toxic, but they're indigestible and can cause bloating and stomach discomfort. Worse, these coatings make the cheese melt poorly and can block some nutrient absorption. Many pre-shredded cheeses also contain natamycin, an antifungal used to stop mold growth. It's technically an antibiotic, and eating it regularly can disrupt your gut microbiome, which is essential for strong immunity, smooth digestion, and even mental clarity. The cheese itself is often lower quality and may come from milk with higher hormone and antibiotic levels. Plus, because shredded cheese has more exposed surface area, It oxidizes faster, losing nutrients and creating compounds you don't want to eat. Pre-shredded cheese often has higher histamine levels due to extended processing and storage, which can trigger headaches, digestive issues, or skin flare-ups in sensitive people. But the added handling also increases contamination risk, and there have been multiple recalls for Listeria and E. coli. So what are you really paying for a product with more chemicals, will be lower quality and be in higher risk, all for convenience, for safer, healthier cheese that melts better and tastes fresher? Buy a block and shred it yourself. It's faster than you think and far better for your health. Number one is blue cheese, and it's far more dangerous than most people realize. Its signature veins and tangy flavor come from Penicillium roqueforti, a mold intentionally added during production. That mold gives blue cheese its look and taste, but also brings risks most people never think about. Blue cheese contains very high levels of tyramine, a compound known to trigger severe migraines and dangerously raise blood pressure. For anyone taking MAO inhibitor medications, even a small amount of blue cheese can cause a hypertensive crisis, a potentially life-threatening emergency. It doesn't stop there. The mold used to make blue cheese produces mycotoxins. While small amounts are considered safe, eating it regularly can allow toxins to build up in your body. Some people are sensitive without realizing it, but experiencing joint pain, digestive problems, fatigue, or brain fog. They never connect to their diets. Blue cheese is also one of the highest histamine cheeses, up to 10 times more than most others. Histamines can trigger headaches, skin rashes, anxiety, and insomnia, making blue cheese a nightmare for those with histamine intolerance. Nutritionally, it's no prize either. 1 ounce has over 400 milligrams of sodium and high levels of palmitic acid, a type of saturated fat shown to be more inflammatory and harmful to the heart than other fats. Its calorie density makes it easy to overeat, and the strong flavor can mask when the cheese has spoiled, increasing the risk of food poisoning. When you add up the tyramine, histamines, sodium, inflammatory fat, and mold toxins, blue cheese goes from gourmet treat to health risk. If you value your heart, your brain, and your overall health, this is one cheese best left off your plate. So, that's it. 4 cheeses that can boost your health and keep you strong, and 4 that might be quietly sabotaging your body from the inside out. For people over 60, the difference between choosing the right cheese and the wrong one can mean living vibrant, independent years or facing avoidable health risks like high blood pressure, memory decline, and heart disease. The evidence isn't vague, it's crystal clear. These are proven facts. And now you know exactly how to make smarter choices every time you shop. Your meals can either protect you or quietly harm you. And what you pick from the cheese aisle matters more than you might think. So now we want to hear from you. What's the one cheese you can't imagine giving up, even knowing these facts? Have you ever noticed how eating certain cheeses affected your health positively or negatively? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your experience might help someone else make a life-changing decision. And if this video opened your eyes, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who loves cheese as much as you do. Thanks for watching, and take care of your heart, your brain, and your future.